At this time, you should have just finished up your Penguin Rough Draft writing for today, and we're going to move into the shared reading part of our lesson. So our goal today is to identify the author's purpose of a text. There are only 3 answers for this: to inform, entertain, or persuade. So if we remember from yesterday, why is it important to understand the author's purpose? The author's purpose is the reason why the author wrote the text. So it's important for us as the reader to understand why they wrote the story so that it helps us understand more. If we think about our research for our penguins, we don't want to read a story about a fictional penguin that's talking and wearing clothes, because our writing is supposed to be all about informational. So that wouldn't be facts that would help us. We want to make sure as the reader that we're able to choose books that are going to fit our needs. We also want to make sure that as a writer, we understand the author's purpose so that we can make sure our writing makes sense to our reader. So today we're going to look at the author's purpose as entertainment. Yesterday we talked about the author's purpose to inform with facts. Today we're going to talk about author's purpose to entertain. So this is when the author is trying to make you enjoy the story by keeping your attention as the reader. So these are going to be all your fiction books, your fantasy books, mystery stories, comics and jokes, adventure, some romance stories. These are the books that we read for fun. So they help us enjoy reading. If the author's purpose is to entertain, then that means the author wants to tell you a story. When the author is trying to entertain you, sorry about that typo, you will notice that the text is going to be fiction. It's going to be some aspect of fiction. There might be silly or cartoonish pictures in the story. They will have characters and a setting. The story is going to make you have a feeling. So you could say it might have made you feel sad or happy, mad, or scared. And the story is also going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Most likely there's going to be some sort of problem or solution in the story, or something that the characters are going to have to overcome in the story. So today we're going to listen to the story called The Luckiest Leprechaun. Then we're going to come back here and answer the questions on the next slide. So in order to view this video, you'll click, it will pop this box up. You're going to click on that link and it will take you to the YouTube video in order for you to listen to the story, The Luckiest Leprechaun. When you come back, you're going to answer these 4 questions. So the first question is, what is the author's purpose in the story? Is it to inform, entertain, or persuade? You'll click in the box and then type your answer. If the answer, or if your cursor is not flashing in there, if it just looks like this, then you're going to want to make sure you click back in the box, because there's a chance that if you click here, you could accidentally delete your text box. If that happens, click the back arrow. You can also click here and insert a new text box. You would just draw it over wherever you would want. So the first question, what is the author's purpose in the story? The second question, who are the characters in the story? Who is the story mostly about? The third question is, what was the setting of the story? Where did the story mostly take place? What time of day, or what was the season? Think about where and when the story took place. And then lastly, what did the author want you to learn about with friendship after reading this story? So there was something that the author wanted you to learn about with friendship. What was that? When you are finished, you're going to go ahead and take a brain break if you feel like you need one. So you could pick a choice from the options below, or you could make your own brain break. Now's the time you're going to stop and listen to the story and complete your shared reading slide by answering the questions. Then we're going to move on to our iReady reading lesson for today.